Tonight, an update on a Waycross man who is battling COVID-19. We first told you about Terry Spivey last week when he was in a Brunswick hospital in need of a life support machine called an ECMO. It's a machine that can replace the function of the heart and lungs. His pastor says what he needs now are prayers.
Within 24 hours of the news report, he was actually transferred by helicopter to Navicent Health Systems in Macon, Georgia, where he is currently on ECMO. And the ECMO is doing what ECMO does.
Tim Corey is Terry Spivey's pastor and longtime friend. Spivey was healthy until he got COVID a few days before Christmas, and the Brunswick hospital he was in didn't have the ECMO life support machine he needed.
My wife and I, along with the family, just reached out to every possible avenue we could think of, putting out Hail Marys, which is how we ended up talking with you. Because we knew he needed help. It was just a matter of getting there.
Corey took to Facebook, sharing Spivey's story, a post that has now been shared thousands of times.
How would you describe the outpouring of support that you've seen?
The best word that I could think to use would be torrential.
Sedated and on life support, but getting the help he needs, Spivey's wife and children are now in Macon to be near him.
One of the people who saw the initial post and saw where he was going to be moved to Macon reached out to their old church in Macon, and the pastors there sent out an email to the church asking if anybody had a way to help the family. And somebody stepped forward with a house that they had that was a rental property. They allowed the family to stay in for 10 days while it was vacant.
A free house within walking distance of the hospital, and that's not all.
Some of the church members had gotten gift cards to some of the local restaurants and snacks and that kind of stuff and left it for him on the doorstep.
While Spivey's family has only been able to be in his hospital room once, they found a way to let him hear their voices.
They actually made audio recordings of all of the kids and the grandkids and then Terry's wife, Beth. So now every time one of the nurses walks into his room, they play those messages the whole time that they're in there. They had said, we know he's hearing it because when we turn him on, his blood pressure goes up a little bit and his heart rate speeds up a little bit.
Now, a GoFundMe page has been set up to help with what will likely be enormous medical bills. I've linked his GoFundMe to this story on firstcoastnews.com and also the Facebook page where Pastor Corey is posting updates on Spivey.